One sec. I know it's cut off. This story is dedicated to all those otakus who fight against injustice and corruption every day of their lives. Years ago, we defeated the Nakrazar and his ban on condiments that devastated the world, but life only got worse. Cybercognition is compulsory. The cyberbond, an endless sprawl of computed techno trash, has control over most of humanity. Some opted to plug in. Most had no choice. Others, like me, have resisted data slavery, and the corporations don't like it. 2000 AD. Nuevo Tokyo is about to EXPLODE. I've got a complex that's fallen apart. Maybe that's why I'm drawn to joints like this. I can relate. Desolation is a common sight in this new info age. And I guess that's why the news heads call it the pre-post-apocalypse. An old sauce den abandoned after decriminalization. Lost somewhere between the urban decay and the dire straits in dead zone Nuevo Tokyo. The ketchup splatter patterns camouflaging the cracks in the walls like tomato graffiti do little to help me to forget the past. And the cloying smell of corn syrup does far too much to remind me of her. Of Prissy, the one true force for good I've ever known in this 2-bit world. But she's gone now, and I've got no one but myself to blame, an all too familiar routine. What are we doing in this creep joint, dog? Shit, I don't know. You're up. But what's the needle for? You take this one. I've been off the stuff for months, man. It's all you. This is my permanent address. I'll oversaw us here with a vamp dog in my lap and hope far out of sight. Shooting up Kikomen in the dark, hourly high sodium drive-bys is the only thing I've got going for me. I'm close to the point of no return, or a little past it. That's the stuff. A little pick-me-up so I'm better equipped to put myself down, join all the ghouls I've groomed 6 feet under this rotten city, festering in wooden kimono, covered by transistors and dirt. A heavy knock on the door rattles the walls and nearly topples over my Figma collection. If first impressions are everything, we're not off to a good start. I know what it's about before the rube behind the door can take the modem wire out of their mouth long enough to speak up. I've been blasting Durst Step for 6 hours straight, trying to shake the feeling of existential dread from my skull. What can I say? I put a lot of faith in the classics. This ain't a salon, asshole. Turn the tunes down. He's about to learn human contact, and I get along as well as internal monologue and soy sauce, and they don't get along well. You don't know who you're messing with. I've been cooped up here for years playing first-person fraggers and flipping manga pages. I'm a homicidal otaku weapon. Don't test me, baka. Another knock and down goes Hatsune Miku, a perfect marriage of accuracy and posability, left crumpled on the floor like Pocky crumbs. God damn it. Alright, partner, you know what time it is. With a shrill whimper, I pull open the door, the greatest test of my upper arm strength since I spent an afternoon cathartically slugging myself. I gave the goons board the 3-finger salute.
Tweet chat stoppered me to donate $10.
He won't be booting up for a while. Wow. The song ended? I stared dejectedly at the hamstrung remains of my dear Hatsune and recall something Carl once told me. One man's plastic is another man's sweetheart. Ain't that the truth? A hushed cry escapes my lips, and it's not long before some eye water joins the getaway. My knuckles are scraped and dripping crimson like I just tried to get the marble out of a strawberry ramen. It felt good to use my hands again. And to be honest, I prefer it to the feeling of conditioner. I'm everything a groomer ought to not to be. But that's as much news as the corpse triumph mind-jacking the poor saps shambling around the cyber streets. The undead grooming business is hardly booming anyway. When all the ghouls got to do to tickle their pleasure centers hit up the dark side of the cyber bond, They're sauce proxies. What good's a shave and a haircut? It's heck out there, ain't it, Sid? Worse than heck. It's hell. Carl kicking off brought something out of a dog. A real drive and sense of purpose. Too bad it hasn't worn off on me. I hear ya. Wish I could just hit a key and bankrupt the corpse. The human to vampire dog ear conversion rate's been flipped upside down by the dystopic hellscape of Y2K. You try to punch the last few years into a dog's calculator and all you'll get back is the lamentations of the oppressed and a coupon for the latest in corp hardware. So it's no surprise he's on edge. You ever think about Carl? The mansion? Carl's still out there somewhere haunting the conventions. Only now he's not just cosplaying a ghost. I'm not worried. But the mansion? No. It made me feel like a fry out of oil. I'm glad to be out of USA Inc. I guess. Maybe things would be different if we never rescued Willie. Yeah, maybe. The sauce well would have run dry a long time ago, but maybe Priss would still be around. Won't you sip me goodbye, Sid? Just don't cut my tongue this time, babe. I remember holding her close and giving her a nervous sip on the tab, like a prudish diabetic might. I'll be home before you know it. Should I put you in the fridge while I'm gone? No, I want to stay lukewarm for you. Priss Jam. What? What happened to you? What happened to you and Prissy? She thought I was drinking from another can. The marriage went flat after that. If only I'd had a chance to make it work. Well, were ya? Was I? Was I unfaithful? Imbibing some babe from a sixer behind Prissy's back label? No, I was just catching up with an old bud. At least that's the story I tell myself, but I've got better things to do than open old wounds for a hound caught in the system. Doesn't matter. Hey, take the edge off, dude. Forget it. It ain't gonna help anymore tonight. I'm just so tired. You ask me, you're better off without her. But I got something that can help you forget. You know I'm no bite junkie. Come on, the cyber pipe's a safe way to plug in without the corporations prying. All I'm saying. And all I'm saying is fuck your cyber bond, no matter how you slice it, dog. You don't understand love. The only thing you've ever embraced is a computer world order. Fuck the cyberspace heartbreaks and the pop-up policia. Fuck this new millennium. You remember what brains are? The cores call those processors now. They're gonna plug in every last person until we're all just bits in a database. You're exaggerating. The bond's got a lot to offer. Yeah, Wolf Leaks. We fucking get it, dog. You've got a dog blog. Whoa, hold up. Wolf Leaks has been blowing out code in the pipe about corporation corruption for months. It's called Making a Difference, Sid. What are you doing? Is that a joke? No, tell me, is that a joke? Because last I checked, you've been riding the free coach shine train for a while. Grooming can't even compare to what we do. You want a taste of what matters? Let me bring up the latest corporation cable. Dog paws around the board plugged into his head. The clicking and clacking makes me sicker than a barbecue sauce bender on a tilt-a-whirl. A frog of Frankenstein, Sid. You know there's a frog of Frankenstein? You do now. Wolf Leaks. We're talking about a cyber revolution in the making. Beep, beep, boop, boop, beep, boop. That's all I heard coming out of that tech paddler you call your yapper. Face it, dog. This ain't a scene for dogs anymore. You're just roadkill on the information superhighway, an inconsequential mess on the spinning rubber of the core machine. You were the last person I expected to say a thing like that. Dog's ears flatten and he tucks his board wire between his legs. Dog, wait. I didn't mean it like that. No, you did. You think I can't change things because I was born in a basket of canola oil and anime? Are you really so different, groomer? Maybe you're right and we haven't gone far enough. Maybe it's time to expand the doggosphere. Cause some goddamn chaos. I'm out of here. For good. I keep pushing my friends away. Pushing them like a shopping cart full of pizza pockets, only in this scenario, there's no microwave ding at the end to bring on that brief rush of euphoria, just the deafening silence of an empty room that comes with being a groomer in a computer's world. I'm losing loved ones as quickly as I'm running out of similes. Chris, Carl, Dog, Dracula. Well, was Dracula really ever important? Oh, you play now. Look around. Cold and empty. The room's mine, all right. The only decor in sight's my antique collection of unpaid bills stacked in the shape of a four-letter word. What word's that? Yo, hit me with some of that Kiko man, cut. Examine mirror. A sad visage greets me in the glass. A worn face saturated in tears and condiments that look right at home on a poster fixed to a light pole. Missing since last millennium. My pretty boy swagger. I need to get out of this doggone I need to get out of Nuevo Tokyo. Footsteps echo through the alleyway like a specter asking for a pedicure. I can only make out shadowed features, but a silhouette never looks so seductive. I try to freshen up a bit, but it do no good. The soy sauce is starting to hit me like a bag of Hanzo steel hammers. My cheeks are twitching and my eyes are rolling into the back of my head like they're trying to jumpstart my brain. But the only juice left in me comes from a sauce bottle. Oh, that's a woman?
Hola.
Speechless. There's nothing I can do about it. Not now and not when I'm still staring next week. I'm glued to her like a Landrogger's glued to nighttime prowls and cyber chats. The neon glow of her e-cig illuminates her rain-stained onesie. Onesies used to be for babies, but that was the 90s. They're sophisticated now, sexy. Not much of a need for babies when you've got them dancing in your email. No, she owns that onesie in a way that spells trouble in a capital key presses. I've only ever been into 2D girls since Press Split, but this dame rolling down my alley in that dangerous romper suit's got up my limbic system lit up like Navidad in Nuevo Tokyo.
Not a fan of the core, stranger?
You're not plugged in either.
No. You a Casper?
Casper. What the working class used to call us groomers of the undead. I never would have guessed it by the board burns on her face, but she must not be in the high bender. Find it. Her dress code suggests. Yeah, well, I used to be.
Keep up the fight. Adios.
Wait, you maybe want to get a drink?
What? The rain ain't enough?
Not for me, sister.
Well, I'm more of a Bishonen girl. Maybe next time.
I doubt there'll be a next time. Who's gonna go for a groomer in the year 2000? It's an old art. Skellies need perms and a whole lot of less than they need a www and a .com. I need a stiff drink and then a ticket out of here. Look around. The drenched alley's littered with Ziplocs and full of urine. Ziplocs full of urine. Why would they pee in the bags? Oh. Sorry, I was drinking my coffee. People used to relieve themselves in bathrooms, but then they started being able to find them. They stopped being able to find them. That's what happens when you're plugged in too long. You lose your spatial memory and sell your dignity to the corpse. Examine Rip Flyer. Flyer for a host club advertising the most kawaii muchachos in town. I've got the itch, but I don't have the scratch. Wait, what? I'll head somewhere familiar. Skate Saw Shake Saloon, one of the last places in the prefecture safe from corporate corrosion. Or at least that's how I remember it. I look around. I look around. Foreigners, expats, gaijin. The caustic stink of keyboard burns permeate the bar. Since when did Skate serve haughty cyberbond addicts in this dub watching business? I shake my head.
Senor Shinjoku, it's been a while. You want your usual mayo shake?
Shakes, I got 'em bad. It's part of the business, but I need something with a little more kick tonight. You got anything stronger?
For you, of course. Your poison, senor?
On second thought, it'd remind me too. That's why I picked it. It'd remind me too much of Prissy. I need something else. How about an old favorite? Ponzu sauce. Neat.
Sure thing. It's on the house.
Down the hatch. So where's Skeet? I think I better have a word.
He's, you ain't gonna like it, senor. He's out of town meeting with an exec from Craftcom.
The catastrophic result of the Kraft Capcom merger that soured my two favorite pastimes. The days of Mac being easy and games being hard have long gone by thanks to the casuals in their circuit board suits. What the hell is he doing talking to a mega corporation?
You can't throw our base like this off of the grid anymore. It's either work with them or we all wind up plugged in behind bars.
You're already behind a bar, amigo. I didn't come here to listen to you lecture about plugging myself in.
But I'm on your side.
Birds, plural. I whip out the akimbo middle fingers like I'm the master of suspense and show him what fighting the system looks like. He retreats to the opposite side of the bar, sporting a contorted expression, submitting to my ownership of his fragile corp against apologist psyche.
Give me your biggest shake pronto.
I overhear a familiar voice, that sultry inflection of a Vocaloid, like a Vocaloid bad girl with a taste for carcinogens. It's music to my ears compared to the corpse speak I've heard tonight.
Why not right click? No.
Yeah. Hey there, fellow whistle wetter. That's what I call running an icebreaker.
Leave me alone, you worthless piece of. Oh, it's you.
I couldn't tell if it was a look of disappointment or disgust, and I should know. I saw both in the mirror just a half hour ago.
Sorry, I used to work in a tsundere cafe. Long story.
Don't sweat it. I don't always check my toot either, so I never got your name.
Look.
It's not like that. It's just I noticed the burns earlier and you're not plugged in. You're Resistance, right? Union?
Nothing gets by you, huh? Sukaban. My name's Sukaban.
Sid Shinjuku. Pleasure. What?
A Decker and a Kuruma. I guess we would make a pretty good team, Spinaroonie.
Where'd you
hear that name? Come on, there's not many groomers around here named Sid. Everyone knows the Spinaroonie, especially the corpse. I've been a fool to think I've been avoiding the penetrating eye of the corporations. I've given weaves to half the ghouls in the city for Kami's sake.
That name's in my past. I don't groom anymore.
It shows. You get those threads from the mainframe aisle?
Funny. It wasn't funny. It hurt. Struck too close to home and had me wishing my drink would hit me already. Skeet's talking to some suits. You hear anything about it?
I wondered what all these wireheads were doing here, but Skeet's been organizing network sit-ins for longer than even the union.
Everyone has a price, and I guess Skeet's is macaroni al-binary.
It doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense that the world's most wanted hacker is now the leader of the largest corpse-sponsored nation?
President Shakur. I'll never get used to hearing it.
You and me both. Fact is, the conglomerates have their cursors in everyone's nerve wires. An explosion rocks the club and it goes dark. Oh, ugh! The sauce hardly agrees with the locomotion as it ejects itself from my stomach and out of my mouth. Off brown white spittle spraying everywhere. I'm not a human being anymore. I'm just a scared, pathetic dispensary of bodily recycled condiments. Embarrassment swells up in my chest until I want to cry. Guess it's gonna be an average night, after all.
Are you okay?
Yeah, it's nothing. It's nothing. I'm just not keen on surprises, this is all. I say, forcing a smile, the bile and sauce cocktail, pushing its way through the gaps in my teeth. Bzzz. It's hard to hear of the panic crying over spilled sauce shakes, but a computerized falsetto begins to play through the club's speakers.
I am Sysop. You are helots, cogs in the machine, slaves to the cyberbond. The totalitarian wire rule of the corporations controls you, uploads your every thought. What you process is an illusion of agency. You are not free, but with my help you will be. All who are plugged in, you are infected with a virus. It will reach your nervous system in 1 minute. Automatic shutdown process will be distressing. Manually override it by unplugging yourselves. Remove the wire. Escape corporate control. Free.
Did you know about this?
No. This isn't how the union works.
They can't just unplug. It'll kill them. How do we stop it?
We need equipment and time. There's nothing we can do. The badges will be here any second, and the 2 people not plugged in here will be prime suspects. We need to go, Casper.
She's right. The law would nail this on us in Nuevo New York minute. The pigs would be jumping over troughs looking for a chance to pitch a pair of anti-corp rebels.
There's a secret exit. Come on. My throat.
I follow her right into a dark tunnel, dank tunnel. It's pitch black, and if I were in the fetal position, I'd feel right at home.
This should lead us to the streets. I think we'll be safe. Whoa! I flick my
Zippo for some light.
What happened back there? It's not right. Those people could have been saved.
Her posture is as stiff as ever. It's hard to tell if she's on the level, but she doesn't seem like she's the type to short-circuit a room full of data slaves. She's trouble, but she's not cold-blooded. I'm with you. Even Bond fiends deserve to go out with more dignity than what happened in that club.
There's a lot of people out there resisting corporations, but I don't know any who'd condone a massacre.
There's somebody who will know. The closest thing I've got to an inside man is an outside dog. Anything to do with the corpse, Dog's got the details. He has eyes all over the city, but I know where his will be focused tonight. A certain hostess club, not far from here.
Are we going to a maid cafe?
I need to get to Chihuahua Chacho. Chihuahua Cho.
How do you guys pronounce that? That's where this leads.
Convenient.
Here's the ladder up.
I've had trouble with ladders ever since the Chiba Marines placed last a couple of seasons ago. Wait, what? Placed last a couple of seasons ago. I take a deep breath and climb up.
Please input your credentials.
There's some kind of compupad up here.
Enter username and password.
That's the shit I don't like.
Come on, come down, I'll take care of it.
She tinkers away at the panel with equal parts grit and grace. This is the first time I've ever been envious of someone's techno skill set. It'll pass when I get back to the cyber slums.
Okay, good to go, come up.
At least the rain had stopped.
I'll come with you.
No, it's better if we split up. Get hold of your contacts and find out what you can.
And you? What's in Chihuahua? Cho.
It is Chihuahua Cho.
What's in Chihuahua Cho?
Answers, or dog be damned.
We'll meet back here then.
I nod sheepishly. In hindsight, I wondered if all the bleeding was necessary, but various mouth noises are probably the safest bet if I don't want her to tell her the truth, that I'm scared straight, that our best hope's a pooch I used to share a bottle with. Look around. Chihuahua Show. With its neon-soaked streets and gutters full of used floppy disk, it used to be the town that never rests, but ever since the Bond, going outside seems like a fad about to pass. Examine derelict.
Spare some peso?
Bogies like this one are popping up more and more, rising from the grave straight into corpse-sponsored poverty. I feel bad knowing how often he's told to get an afterlife, but I also know he'd spend my charity on a stick of ram without a moment's pause. I don't believe in currency.
Pendejo?
Leave. Dog ain't gonna be happy to see me.
Oh, it's a literal hostess bar. AP Nightshade 5 months memo. Take it, it's yours. Rising Backpack, Vert, Dig Xander, Hoyoko, The Real McTwisters, and Quick Killer Kitty Rocketeer Lecture Sub.
The busiest hostess club in Chihuahua Cho. A den of hedonistic impulses and short life expectancies. A dog's kind of place.
Examine discarded ramen.
I've heard of getting a bite to eat, but this is just taking it too far. The only thing instant about these noodles is the rootkit installation. What am I even saying anymore?
Have a bit of a cry.
Seems appropriate. I reflect on the mediocrity of my life.
Oh shit.
Go inside. Overpriced cupcakes and pastries of easy virtue. This ain't my sort of dive. I forget the voice I was doing.
Sid, what are you doing here?
I need to talk to you, it's big.
You think a prim's gonna make up for what you said? I'm just roadkill, remember? So maybe you ought to dust off.
The Twinkie cream can't hide the barbecue on his breath, that familiar smoky stench of self-loathing. I said some things I shouldn't have, but this is the time for petty back and forth. You're saucing again.
So what? You're not the only one around here allowed to have a good time.
About 20 wireheads just got the kill switch flipped on them by some cis-op psycho at Skeets, and I want answers.
Now what fleek matters?
I can feel him throwing me a shady look with his cyber optics. He fools people with that satin cape, but truth is, he's become little more than hardware and software. More machine than dog. What matters is putting a stop to this Bond-barism.
What's a little collateral damage?
Listen to yourself.
Listen, I'm a dog. I've heard frequencies you people wouldn't believe. Fire engine sirens off the shoulder of Puebla Shima. I heard Pomeranians yap in the dark near the backyard gate. I know what I'm saying. For the first time, I mean it.
I grab the spray bottle from my holster and level it, springing dog up in anticipation of a cucumber melon spritzing. I'm not fucking around, dog. This isn't how we win. We're no better than the corporations if innocents die on our watch. You tell me how to put a stop to this, or I swear
you won't do it. That's not the kind of person you are anymore, Sid. You can't groom, not really. And maybe that's why people are starting to take matters into their own hands.
He has me dead to rights. I've got nothing left. The sauce prohibition, the split up with Pris, it's all taken its toll. I let go of the spray bottle with a few tears to lubricate it on its fall down. It drops to the floor, roughly the same level as my self-esteem. Dog's one good eyebrow scurries around his face like it's doing a victory lap. I can tell he's about to lob a zinger at me, beat down what's left of my pride. Oh shit. Dog. My head's splitting like I took a couple 100 decibels of biscuit to the dome, and the droning hum of busted fluorescent bulbs isn't much help. I couldn't have been out for long, but I'm definitely not in any snack cake club anymore. Hello? Guess it's just me in the chair I'm strapped to. The speaker on the Fritz plays some Nuevo Tokyo Top 40. Sounds like I'm still in Chihuahua Cho. Footsteps outside the door, too heavy to be dogs.
Beginning procedure.
Procedure? Dog, what is this? Heel!
He comes closer.
The can opener rigged to his torso, spinning up. I've dug my own grave twice. Double grave.
Oh god. No, don't jack me in.
Cold metal against my cranium. If the doc's looking for some common sense, he'll be digging for a while. The instrument whirs and drives into my cortex. Over time, the whirring fades into a serene silicon claw. It sings to me about dog, about the bond. It's safe.
And that should do it.
I drift in and out of false dreams, visions of corporate spin, and ghosts of dogs gone by. Ah!
It's what?
Stop it! Dog?
Sid.
Dog, is that you? Ah! Oh my god! Mr. Shinjuku, wake up, wake up. What voice did I do for this guy? Oh, I know. It's hard to believe the withered man before me is the famous seneschal of saw shakes. Still, it's easier to swallow than him getting mixed up with the corpse.
Yes, it's me, it's me. They did something to you. To me, too.
Dog. Did he plug me in?
No, it's something worse, Mr. Shinjuku. Shinjuku.
I take a look around the cell. The door's wide open. Skeet, your place. It was computer side. No survivors.
The saloon's old news, old news. I've mastered the calculation of time zone differences.
You're not making any sense, Chief.
Dog o'clock and it's spoken. The dog says, know your role and shut your mouth. The dog says, know your role and shut your mouth. The dog knows your damn role and shut your mouth.
Ah! There's two things I can't stand. Catch penny mutts woofing around in my head and the doctrines of reorganized religion. Strike one. I gave Skeet a pat on the back of his circuitry woven singlet, and my hand returns with a layer of cyber sweat. I can't help him. He's too far gone. I'm gonna rub that dog's nose in this mess, Skeet, I promise.
And shut your mouth.
Doug wants me to leave, wants me to find him. It doesn't make any sense. I go out the open door and head outside. So this is where he kept me, in the back room of a bodega. I stand outside the window, my labored breath making short work of its clarity. Some people find meaning in life through contemplation. I just get breathy. Neurons running on E get turned around in the maze of my mind's eye, trying to visualize something so transcendent. Coherent thought vacates the premises like it's trying to beat my mouth drool to the punch. What's it like? I don't mean the commercials, the lowbrow, high-volume knockabouts on loop. I mean, what is it really like? If only there was some time to find out. I need to head down the street and meet up with Sukuban.
Sid, what happened to you?
Guess I clicked the wrong hyperlink. This whole thing, the attack, it was my dog. He had my brain prodded in an underground clinic up the road. Skeet was there too. When I wished for something in my head besides crippling guilt and encyclopedic knowledge of ecchi, I didn't mean cyberware.
Skeet.
What's left of him anyway? Dog, did something to him, to me. Hooked us up to some kind of network. We need to find Dog before he really goes haywire.
Right. I've got someone. His name's Trackball. Old union contract turned bond surfer. I don't know how reliable he is, but he might be our only shot.
Pizza Pringles Marquez. Street name Trackball. Virtua gaming junkie who got wrapped up in some kind of sleazy sponsorship deal. But I know he's a fixer, a freaker, the kind of techno scum just tolerable enough to put up with, and maybe he can help us pinpoint Dog. Then that's our next stop. Lead the way.
Wait, let me look at your head. ... Sid, I don't know what this is. I mean, it's some kind of link to the Cyberbond, but I've never seen this style of neuro work.
It must play into his scheme. He's planning something big, some kind of takeover, and the old model of wireheads aren't invited.
Did I get hosted? What are you guys doing? No, they're just spamming chat. Relax. What are you doing?
Examine cat. That's not a cat. This feline's been hitching a ride on the Cyberbond for too long. Its fur smells like an electrical fire and its lifeless eyes compel me to give it an oatmeal bath and a moisturizing treatment. But that's not who I am anymore. Gomenasai, pussycat. Examine telefeed. It's some kind of court-martial.
You know, sometimes it pays to read things backwards. Backwards like cats, man. How about tacks in your feet? You don't like those. What about tab? Is it a regular soda or is it a diet soda? I don't know. But look at this. Oh man. There you go. The real beauty in life is appreciating things like the things I just said. Gosh bless you on that.
That wasn't a commercial, Casper. That was a hypno program from the Matsubatsu.
Tacos in my feet? Sid! That was wild. Let's hit the road. Diaphanous, 5 months. Nudie still beat you. 10 months is double digits. Thank you very much. Galaxy 14 Sin. Leo, 8 months. Mochi Dreams gift us up to Matt Konya. Thank you very much.
This is it. Let's go inside. It's me. Open up.
Password. We don't have time for.
Wait. Once you pop the fun, don't stop.
Unlocked. Close the. I'm gonna use my normal voice actually. Close the door, groomer. You let in all kinds of air. Trying to clear the aroma or something. Authentic spices, easy. Oh.
Essay.
They're all gonna. All of this. They're gonna have the same voice. Authentic spices essay. Pizza Pringles. Take it in. He's got a little hikiko around the mori, but without the sympathetic qualities. Or he'll drag like trackball, it's just a put on. A convenient excuse to waste more time dosing on Virtuous and rattling bones on the undead bulletin boards. That's more like it. Welcome to the den, gameheads.
Is that the latest Virtua cover model?
Cover, model, the most tantalizing combo this side of a drive-through. It was too late. She hit me with the right pair of words at the wrong time. My muscles tighten. Like dog on the corporate leash, and my lips curl into a smirking mess that more closely resembles congealed vanilla pudding than anything anatomical. My mind strays to even a place the land drugger would be ashamed of. Me and Sukaban together zipping up each other's duds in a continuous cycle of carnal suit fastening. Nothing to separate our love but interlocking nylon teeth. It's the caffeine withdrawal. Being separated from Prissy too long, I snap myself out of it before I get too emotionally involved. What do you think? I don't have time for your lo-fi Union Gamer shawls, sweetheart. I'm talking full Technicolor head waves, facial degreaser, the works. You alright? Dog sends digital whispers to my brain stream. If I focus clearly, I can hear faint murmurs of condiments and Bond Dominion. I need to hurry.
Sid?
I'm fine, trackball. We're not here to game. I know. Need a bond trace. Suke told me everything. Not everything. We're looking for a dog. A dog? The dog. Of Dracula? That's the one. Is this guy loco? Dog's a cool cat, so why the hell would I give you a trace on him?
You know what happened at Skeets?
Hold on. You're gonna want some of these. Madre. Pringles. She's a little hard of hearing. He starts hitting the wall. Open palm slaps against the plasterboard. I think we've all been there before, but he's doing it in some kind of sequence, like the world's most pathetic Morse code. Boom, boom, boom. Bring the Pringles. He licks the powdered zob off the crisp one by one. His sickening slurps and heaves from beneath the cover only upset my stomach further. It never changes. Everyone in this city's jonesing for either the next big download or the quickest sauce fix, or both, in Trackball's case. Look. Oh, did you want some? I don't want your motherboarding Pringle pity, comprende. The only chip I'm interested in is the one in Dog's ear. Are you gonna give me the lock on it or not? You never told me why.
Listen to me, Skeet Saloon, did you hear about it?
Sure, read all about it on Wolf Links. Don't you get it? Dogs orchestrated the whole thing and tried to put the blame on the corpse.
We were there.
You're some kind of code wizard, right? Take a look at this thing in my head and I bet it'll prove it. He pauses for a moment and then examines my dome. Whoa, this is his virtual paw print, all right. Damn, this is heavy.
Can you get a trace?
Yeah, I think so, but don't tell Dog I snitched, all right? As he worked, I took a look around the room. Oh, God. Examine glasses. Everything seems so clear to me, except why I put these glasses on. Examine antique videotapes. Those are Antiques Essay, part of history, a video log about some old world rogue named Will. You can watch them if you want. Okay.
Have you heard this joke? Nope. Same time tomorrow. Yep.
The watch second antique tape.
Hey, salutations.
Who are you?
I'm Will.
I'm Will. I got my boss cat. Right here.
That is a fact for me.
Stop watching. Maybe life before the Bond wasn't much better. Talk to Trackball. You almost done? Hold your horsehair brush, groomer. I almost got it. All right. Bunyan's Tower, roof level. How are we going to get there? You know what? Take my mom's ride. Here are the keys. And take these for the road. I don't bring and drive, Marquez. I throw the Pringles at his face as hard as I can and run out the door. Despite his help, I can't shake the feeling he's just another punk on the payroll. Hop on! These stairs go straight to the roof! Dog of Dracula, I'm here! I'll start running diagnostics. I know it was you, Fido. You broke my heart. Dog beeps at me in the rudest of frequencies. My best friend beeping in my face. An abhorrent fusion of vampire dog and bad-mannered machine. It's at this moment I feel most alone in the world. You wanted me to come, didn't you? You had them screw with my head and then you brought me here. Why? Because I made you better, like me. He doesn't have material body anymore. He's completely melted with the cyber bond, Sid. How is this better? Get with the program, Sid. That's what you want, isn't it? For me to obey and sit for you to go cross-eyed with Pentium biscuit on the bridge of my nose. Isn't that what they did to you? That's what you did to me. You treated me like some kind of compressed archive on a short leash. A pet small, insignificant, and cute. Not anymore. I'm something else now. I'm fucking gigabytes, Sid. Gigabytes? Is it all you want to be remembered for? Do you even know how many people you reconfigured at that club? What did you do to Skeet? What's wrong? Your command parser broken? You just don't get it. This city's a great big fire hydrant waiting to be pissed on. Somebody needed to take a stand. I fought the corporations, the lies, the control. All of it will be over soon. Why isn't that enough for you? No one dog should have all that power. Not just me, Sid. The both of us partners like old times. You see, I forgive you. Your synaptic pathways have been hanging with the wrong code. Stop these attacks and then we can really be partners again. Sid Shinjuku and Dog of Dracula back in the hacky sack game together. Please. No. We've been best friends for so long, dog. Just trust me. Betrayed again. I was foolish to think. This was never about beating the corpse, was it? Through wolf leaks, through everything, it was never enough for the spinneroony. I might have been partitive in my name, Sid, but I don't need no man, and I'm nobody's best friend anymore. Nobody's. Hey Sid, it's me. It's Dog of Dracula. Welcome to the Cyberbond. What are you doing? Have some barbecue sauce on me. You won't get through with that moe to me with moe, dog. Stop. Huh? We could have put an end to this arfed up world. Can you hear me, Sid? Yeah, what is this? You're inside some kind of amalgamation of Dog's terminal and then the Cyberbond, but the encryption is crazy. Wait, I think I've got it. Stay out of this. It's like his own personal cyberspace, Sid. Everything's here, the integers and functions. I think you can shut this down from the inside. How?
Keep moving. There's a control panel that I think I'll be able to grant you administrative privileges to. It can only be for a few seconds, so you'll need to be quick. You won't do it.
Forward.
You're nearly there.
Dog, I want you to think back. Think about what your friendship meant to Carl. And the scooter rides, the wind blowing in your perfectly groomed coat. Bill Clinton. Rescuing Willie from prison and ending the war on sauce. Giving me this sweet tat. Eating Count Dracula and consuming his dark energy. Don't those memories mean anything to you?
Redundant data.
Forward. I think I see the panel, Sukaban. I always thought I'd bury Dog in the backyard of Dracula's mansion, not in some recycle bin on a desktop from a discombobulated plane of data debauchery.
Give up, groomer.
I'm there.
Right. Granting administrative privileges in 3.
Dog, I'm sorry I never potty trained you, never threw you a stick, never discouraged your rampant substance abuse. Please, if you're still in there, stop this.
2.
Dog.
Roll over, Sid. Roll over like the corporations. 1. Do it.
Dog.
Use the panel.
Dog.
Press it now. I am not your pet anymore. Press the button, Sid.
Dog, please.
The Cyberbot is mine.
I'm sorry, Dog. I'm sorry.
Sid, senpai. You had to do it, Casper. It was the only way.
He's really gone. My partner, my friend, my dog.
It'll be okay.
Will it? Is a life without Dog of Dracula worth living? I don't even know. I don't know that I can live with what I've done. Wait a minute,
Sid, look at this code.
1s and 0s in the shape of a grooming brush adorn the screen of Sukaban's interface. What is this?
He had some kind of failsafe set up in case the Show Dog program was terminated. This is unbelievable. He tapped into something in the cyber pipe. All the bond accounts, the corporate funds, they've just been wired to an outside source.
You mean they're bankrupt?
It's gone, all of it. The reserves, everything. Without this, they're nothing. He did it, Sid.
What's the outside source?
It's just a screen name. I don't recognize it. Big Willie.
Dog. 1 month later. I remember it like it was yesterday. Maybe because I tell myself that it was. The dog's still here and the world's alright. It was a year before the year 2000. Dog had just passed his first undead grooming exam. He was radiant, beaming with pride. There were no cyber optic implants in his eyes then. Only hope. With a smile you could never forget, and a bottle of hickory barbecue in his gentle grasp, he licked my face, a deluge of salivary joy that formed an eternal bond between groomer and dog. Those are the days you'll remember. So I get choked up a little bit. Nothing from the cyber times, just those brief, delicate moments where everything was in absolute harmony. They say the last thing you see before you die is a flash of light. No, what you see is a dog. A beautiful dog, accomplished and at peace. Dog raised his bottle, looking at me like he always did, with a confident sureness that we'd never drift apart, and his tail wagging wildly. In celebrating the future we were sure we'd have together, we yelled in gleeful unison. Gone pie. love streaming Twitch chat because I get to subject you guys to this dumb shit. Oh yeah.